What is up, everybody? My name is Hello. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing Codeforces problems in Python. In today's episode, we're doing problem 486A. This problem is called calculating function. Now, this is an easy problem, but this is an important problem because it teaches you how to think with respect to the input parameters. That's something that we don't do generally while solving these A problems, but it's a very interesting problem. Let's go ahead and see how to solve it. But before that, let's go and read through the problem as well, shall we? So for a positive integer n, right, let's define a function f of n is equal to -1 plus -2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5, etc., etc. So it's -1 plus 2 minus 3. So there's 1 minus 1 plus, right? So how that works is -1 power n into n, right? So our task is to calculate f of n for a given integer n. Now I'm sure a lot of you can do this simply by doing a for loop and then doing, if it's an odd number, minus, if it's an even number, do plus, and then calculate the function f of n. Now, this is a valid solution, except it doesn't work in this case because of this single line right here. The single line contains the positive integer n, where n is 1 to 10 to the power of 15. Now, something to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, in 1 second, depending on the programming language, you can do 10 to the power of 8 calculations. What does that mean? I'm doing a for loop, right? So for I in range, and then I'm doing just a print I, okay? So in 1 second, this for loop can only run 10 power 8 times. So in any case where you want to run the for loop for more than 10 power 8, you are not looking for a linear time scaling solution. This is what we call O of n, where it scales linearly based on the number of input parameters. They are looking for an O of 1 solution, also called as a constant solution in cases where the input parameters like 10 to the order of 15. So that is something that look like this. So regardless of the input size, the answer is going to be super fast. Okay. So now that would mean, rather than trying to go for a for loop, you need to kind of understand the mathematics behind and try to solve for the math here. So what are they telling? They're simply saying, and this is what we'll copy actually. So this is -1 power n into n. So, right. So f of 1 is going to be 1. F of 2 is going to be 1. Sorry, -1, right? -1 plus 2, right? F of 3 is going to be -1 plus 2 minus 3, right? And f of 4 is going to be -1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4. Let us try to calculate the values of these first. Okay. So this is going to be -1. Awesome. This is going to be +1. Okay. So this is going to be -1 minus 3 minus 2. Correct. And this is going to be, what is this? This is -2. And this is going to be +2. So what is f of 6 going to be? Can someone tell me? So it's going to be -1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4. Sorry, this is f of 5, right? Let's calculate f of 5 actually. +4 and then -5. So 2 minus 5 is going to give you -3. And then the next value, f of 6, is going to give you +3. Okay, so this is the answer. Try to calculate this yourself. If up to this point you're able to calculate, that means let us try to form the solution based on this. So I am going to go ahead and try to see what is something that's common here. 1 and 1 is common for answers 1 and 2. 2 and 2 is common for answers 3 and 4. And then for 5 and 6, 3 is common. And you can, one more thing you can see is whenever the number is odd, we're getting a minus, and whenever the number is even, we're getting a plus. Now, how do you arrive to this number from the input? Let us try to deduce that, right? So here is very simple, right? So when it's 1 or 2, give 1. What does that mean? Well, let's try to divide the number 1 by 2. Okay, you'll get 0.5. Let's try to divide the number 2 by 2. You get 1. So this one and this one is equal, but the 0.5 and 1 are not equal. Let's leave it as is. Now let's do for the next set of cases where let us try to divide 3 by 2. You get 1.5. And let's divide 4 by 2. You get 2, which is the answer that is required here. So again, you look at this. Right is there, which is the answer, exact answer. Left needs to be almost same, but by 0.5, if you add, you get 1, right? So how do you bring that? Well, keep this. Okay, so in math we have something called as a ceiling function. So when I do 1 by 2 and then ceiling, you're going to get 1, because 0.5 ceiling is going to give you 1. Okay, if that makes sense, you can also do something like 1 by 2 floor function and then do +1. Okay, but let's take this case where we do 2 by 2 and then take its ceiling. You still get 1, but 2 by 2 floor plus 1 is going to give you 2. 1 by 2's floor plus 1 is going to give you 1. So here you get different outputs, but here doing the ceiling function, you get the same output, if you guys can see. So by using the ceiling function, we can make sure that these both get the same output. Now from this point, it's very simple. If it's an odd number, just put a minus. If it's an even number, just put a plus. Let's try to work this out for one more of this example, and then we'll do for 5 and 6. But the reason why I'm explaining this a bit in length is so that you guys understand how we're approaching this problem. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Okay, so for f of 5, we're going to do 5 by 2 and then take the ceiling of this. So 5 by 2 is 2.5. The ceiling of 2.5 is 3. Since this is odd, we're going to do a minus. And you can see we get -3. Similarly, for 6 by 2, let's take the ceiling. 6 by 2 is 3. Ceiling of 3 is 3 only. And since this is an even number, let's just do plus, which is the answer here as well. So it's very simple. Take the n divided by 2, take the ceiling, and if n is odd, minus. If it's n is even, plus. Okay, so let's see how we can code this. If you guys understood till now, try to code this for yourself. And by doing this, basically what we've done is we have changed it such that it doesn't require n iterations anymore. You can just calculate the value of f of n off the fly, right? So let's go ahead and take n as an input. So int of input. And then what will we do? Let's input the math module, actually import math so that we can use the ceiling function, right? So if n is even, %2 equal to 0, what are we doing? We are doing print, right? And then we're printing math.ceil of n divided by 2 plus, no, not plus. This plus should come here, but we don't need a plus actually, because plus and not adding plus is the same thing. Else, what are we going to do? We're going to do print minus math.ceil of n by 2. Now, let us run through this. You can see both test cases I have passed here. Let us try and submit the solution and see whether this is indeed the right solution. I think so it is. So this was problem 486A, right? So 486A, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the submit button. So you can see that the problem has been accepted for this solution. I hope this video helped you. I hope you're able to understand how we're approaching this problem, how we're breaking down something as generic as this, and especially when, well, the question kind of gave you a clue about having to do this linearly and going through a for loop. But since this input parameter is there, we talked about how you need to simplify the function, and we looked at how we are simplifying that using basic math. So think of this as a pattern for future problems. I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, always put them down in the comments. I'll try my best to help you. If you have any alternate approaches, because there are some alternate approaches as well, you can also do this without thinking about the ceiling function. I will let that to you. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Until then, bye.